Hey, spicy people, it's a girl so spicy sex girl. So today on Sex Matters, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 benefits of sex cards. Why do I need to add sex cards into my sex life? I've had people asking the question. So spice, why can't I just have sex like a normal person? God has given me the brain to have sex. Why can't I just have sex? I'm going to be sharing with you 10 different reasons or 10 benefits of sex cards for you to know why you need to add this to your sex life. Now, the first tip I'm going to be talking about is your sex life. Now, having sex cards in your sex life help improve your sex life. Now, this helps you understand who you are, where you're coming from, where you're going to, what your spouse likes, what your spouse does not like. It also helps bring out that you that you never understand. It improves your sex life. It helps your spouse last longer. It just changes you, brings out the you never knew existed, right? So you might want to try out the sex card to see how much you've got inside of you that you are just not letting out. The material benefit of using a sex card in your sex life is confidence. Now, when you bring in a sex card into your sex life, it helps you build that confidence. A lot of things you never thought you could do or you will ever do. When you get to read it out via the sex card and it says do this, you'll be shocked that it's in you, right? But the truth is religion, society, and how you've been programmed makes you feel you can't do a lot of things. Yes, I used to feel that way too, till when I started playing games during sex. And trust me, the confidence will grow so bad that even when there are no cards there, you will be so creative and adventurous. So now, my third benefit of having a sex card in your sex life is the fact that it helps you last longer. For a lot of men who happen to have quick ejaculation, they can't get it strong, they can't get to hold themselves till the end. Now, when you have a sex card with you, it tells you things to do. And the rule of every sex card is this: you do not ejaculate until the end, right? Until you have gotten to a certain level. They'll tell you the number of cards you can't play minimum, right? And the maximum number of cards you can play. So when you get a sex card, please read through the rules and regulations before you get down into the act of pleasure, right? So when you get the sex card and it says get a blowjob or do your spouse for a few seconds, so it helps you hold yourself down not to ejaculate till the end of the game. That way you learn the techniques of holding down till the very end. The fourth benefit of having the sex card in your sex life is it helps you know your partner's sex language. A lot of times we have sex and we don't even understand what our spouse wants. We don't know where they want to be touched, how they want to be touched. Do they like head more? We have women who love oral sex more than penetration. We have people who love penetration more than oral sex. We have people who don't even like it, so they just want spontaneous sex, right? There are people who love quickie more than the normal sex. There are people who love to schedule their sex. Now, the truth about it is, doing it this way with sex card, it makes it easy, right? It makes it easy for you to do and undo, and that way everyone is happy and fine. So my fourth benefit of having a sex card in your sex life is the fact that it helps you know your weakness and strength. Now, there are times the sex card will say, oh, do this, and then you find out that you're trying to do, but it's just not working. It means that sometimes it might not be your thing, right? Sex card helps you understand what works for you, what does not work for you. Or if I say, oh, use ice cube inside your pussy and then fuck her with it, right? You determine if you really want it. Do you really want that kind of thing? And when you do it, how does it make you feel? Do you feel odd? Do you enjoy it? Do you want to do more? Do you want to be more adventurous, right? So sex cards help you know your strengths and I don't like blowjob, right? And then if you don't like blowjob, what can we do to make you give a good blowjob even when you don't like blowjob? And so in one of my cards, like the loud card, and I think in the spice card, right, you will get opportunity of adding different things to upgrade your blowjob techniques and tricks. For instance, the orange technique, getting an orange and putting a hole in it and using it to give a blowjob. That way you're not smelling or feeling the taste of the penis, rather you're enjoying the taste of the orange or the lemon or whatever it is you want to use, right? Yeah, so that's benefit number 4, why you need a sex card in your sex life. Now, the fifth reason why you need a sex card in your sex life is the fact that it helps you understand and know your erogenous zones. What part of my body turns me on? What part is it that when I touch my spouse here, they go into that mode? What part of it is now when I do this, it turns them on, and I do this, they don't feel that much, right? It helps you understand that, his nipple turns him on more than, right, his thighs, or the left nipple is more sensitive than the right nipple. That's what sex card does. It tells you things to do. It tells you to kiss the upper lips alone without, because we're used to kissing both lips, right? So a sex card could say, okay, kiss the upper lips only, or kiss the lower lips only, or kiss or suck on the tongue only. This way you know what works for them. You know their erogenous zones, which part of their body turns them on, because a sex card will most times take you all over the body and help you understand the pleasure zone from the crown to the feet. Yeah. So my sixth benefit of having sex card in your sex life, right, is the fact that it helps build your love life. What do you love? How do you love it? How do you love to be touched? When do you want to be touched? What part of your body turns you on, right? It helps build that, and it takes it outside the sex. And you'll find out that when you start to make use of sex cards, you'll communicate better. You'll feel loved, you'll feel wanted. You'll feel like, oh, he loves me, he's giving me more attention. So it goes beyond just the sex act, and it bounces on your love life. So trust me, you might want to add a sex card to your sex life to have a better marriage and a better home. Now, the seventh benefit of having sex card in your sex life is the fact that it helps you know your partner. There are a lot of things you will find out you do not know about your spouse. A lot of things your spouse might want, a lot of things your spouse might love, that they just can't tell you, or they just don't even know they love it. And so when you work on sex card, it tells you how to go about it, where to go about it, and when to go about it, and how long you can go about it. Now, for instance, it says kiss your spouse for 45 seconds, right? And so you're forced to kiss the upper lips alone and then focus on it, and then your spouse will now determine, do I love this? It also puts you on the spot of, oh, I think he enjoyed it. Oh, did I feel that? He kissed me differently, right? So it helps you know your partner more than you think you know them, because a lot of times we ourselves do not even know what we want in sex. And until you get into the act, until you try out new things, you might not know what works for you or what you like. So get your sex card into your sex life to help you be a better person to upgrade that sex life. Now, number 9 benefit of having sex card in your sex life is challenging yourself. A lot of times we've been programmed in a certain way that, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that, this is how you've been trained, this is this and this is that. But trust me, with challenging yourself, sex cards will say do certain things you never thought you could do certain things you never thought, like me, no, it's not my thing. Trust me, it will help bring out the sex goddess and the sex god in you. That's what a sex card does. So you might want to give it a trial, to explore, to open up, to be new, to be open-minded, to get to know who you really are sexually. Because aside that, you might never get the real pleasure you were born to get on earth. Now, the 10th benefit of having sex card in your sex life is the fact that it helps you take it outside the bedroom. A lot of things, crazy shit goes on, right? The handcuffing, the tying, the having sex on the dining table, having sex on the couch, doing different sex position on the staircase, and it takes you outside the bedroom because you're used to the bedroom, right? So yes, it helps you become more adventurous. It helps you become more what's that word now? It helps become more adventurous. It helps become more spontaneous. It does a whole lot of things for you. And yes, you do not want to joke with having a sex card in your life. So I don't know what you're thinking of. I don't know if you think it's a bad thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. But please, in your lifetime as a married man or as a married woman, sex card is a must. Start up with a sex game and see how your life will change. Trust me, my first ever sex game lasted for 2 hours with different games and different acts that we went into, and that so far has been the best experience I've had, because that night I learned a whole lot of things that I never knew about my spouse. So imagine if you have to play 3 or 4 times a year, or once or twice in a month, right? Trust me, your life will never remain the same. So on this note, I'm going to say do have a fantastic day. And then before I go, do not forget to make your orders. Send us a DM via our website or via DM, or you can call the number on the screen or send a WhatsApp message to that number as well. So you've got the Loud, which is the wildest, the level 3. You've got the Spikes, which is level 2, and then you've got Sex Lower. This will help you love and understand your spouse more. So on this, I'm going to say do have a fantastic day. Like Mary, I remain your one and only Soul Spice. See ya.